we are go for launch.
5.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
4.
My friend, we cannot keep this a secret any longer.
This whole thing is insane.
3.
Quiet, please. I am analyzing.
Where's the kaboom?
2.
There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
1.
Hello and welcome to Planet 8. We're back to you on video. And on this special episode, Bob, Karen, and I are going to be talking about what else? Sheltering in place. So, go ahead and make comments on our .com page, our Twitter feed, or Facebook. We're going to be talking about things that we're watching on TV or the internet during the shelter in place to kind of whittle away at the time. We'll also have some masks that we'll be showcasing throughout the episode. So straight away, let's kick it over to the satellite. There goes Bob's mask.
Oh, not that kind of mask. I'm sorry.
That would be a very effective mask, though, I think.
Yeah, to be sure.
I'm not spittling on anyone through that thing.
So, Karen, why don't you share with us what have you been watching? What are you whittling away the time, and what kind of choice mask do you have?
Well, it gets harder and harder, I think, to keep oneself entertained.
Yeah.
So I've had a mix of old and new that I've been watching. I think as far as old stuff goes, I decided to give Star Trek Enterprise another chance. I think when it was on, I don't know that I really gave it a fair shake. And I watched episodes here and there, but I really didn't, sit and watch the whole thing. So I've been working my way through all the seasons of Enterprise. And
how's it shaken this time?
I think I actually appreciate it more for what they were trying to do. And then having, read some stuff about maybe what they set out to do and then some of the things that happened while they were doing it. So with a little background information and hindsight, of course, always, I think, helps in these situations. I appreciate it a little more now. And to be honest, I have watched some Voyager too, because Voyager was another series. I watched when it was on, and then I kind of fell off watching it because most of the characters didn't really appeal to me, and it just kind of felt like it was taking all the worst characteristics of the last couple of seasons of Next Generation with the, tech in the tech all the time. And so I've been watching some Voyager, but I kind of feel like I enjoy Enterprise more than Voyager. And I know a lot of people would say, what? But I think I like the characters more. Yeah, and that's the thing, now you get all these different Star Treks to choose from. So,
right.
And then new stuff, just a lot of stuff on Netflix. So, I know both Larry and I think have watched Umbrella Academy season 2. I'll let Larry expound a little more on that, but I really enjoyed that. Actually started watching just recently a Netflix documentary series on video games called High Score.
I started watching that.
Yeah, it's kind of entertaining. I think it's kind of glosses over a lot of things, but it's a nice little blast from the past.
Are you just watching, or are you a player?
I used to play a lot more than I do now. I actually haven't been playing much recently, but I have my PlayStation and stuff, so I still play some. And then there was a 45-minute documentary on Netflix that I watched that just totally blew me away, and it was called the Speed Cubers.
Oh.
I hope I got the name of that right, but it was not what I expected at all. It was much better, and it was about these kids that do the Rubik's Cube. And I thought, it's going to be about, how do they do it so fast and all that. But it was really a story about these two kids, one who is autistic and the other kid who kind of helps him kind of come out of his shell. And so it was a really nice, heartwarming documentary. So,
That's cool.
You got 45 minutes to spend and you want to feel better about the world. And I'm sure we all want to feel better about the world. That would be a recommendation from me. And we always feel better about the world when we think about the principles of Star Trek. So I have my Star Trek mask that I can wear out. And this was made by a friend of mine on Twitter named Kumutha, and she makes a lot of really cool masks. So thanks to her for that.
Very nice.
What about y'all?
Chief, what you got for us?
Well, I really liked the first season of Umbrella Academy. I just haven't gotten to the second season yet. I've been watching a lot of old stuff, really. Just because of things that are coming out and things that we're binging on. One would be the Gamera box set that I've talked about before. I'm kind of making my way through that. Also, there's Criterion released a Bruce Lee box set.
Ooh.
All the Bruce Lee films Blu-ray, so I'm slowly making my way through that. A lot of extra stuff too, so I'll watch a movie and then I'll watch all these extras. The Subaraya channel on YouTube is showing Ultraman Z, which is the newest show, and so each week I think it comes out in Japan on Friday nights, and then by Saturday it's on the YouTube subtitled. So I think they're up to, I just watched episode 10, I believe. And
nice.
So that's been good. And then, I've got Lieutenant Debbie and Ensign Michael and Ensign Leah here. So I've been binging my way. Well, we just started John Wick last night, Debbie and I.
Ah.
She was quite impressed by the body count and the way those bodies were taken care of. So, in fact, she asked when we were going to be done with this tonight so we can watch part 2. Now, Ensign Michael, we are binging our way through the Bond films.
Oh.
So we are up to, we just watched For Your Eyes Only. So we're into the Moore films, and I guess we got Octopussy coming up next. And we're going to make it all the way through all the Bond films, hopefully before No Time to Die comes out. And since it keeps getting pushed back, we got plenty of time. And then with Leah, we've been watching My Hero Academia, an anime show, as well as throwing in a Miyazaki here and there. So that's pretty much what other than all the things I have to watch for the podcast when we do episodes, all the Frankensteins and all the dinosaur movies and all that stuff. So
always homework.
Yeah, it tends to take up time.
So has the lieutenant or any of the ensigns introduced you to something new?
Well,
or at least
I have not seen My Hero Academia, so Leah and I are both experiencing that for the first time. Bond films, of course, I've seen, and I have seen the John Wick movies, but only once. So compared to how many times I watch everything else, that's new, newish. Debbie had me watch. I think it was back when we were doing one of the Alien episodes. Had me watch Battleship. Have you guys seen that?
I've seen pieces of it.
Loosely based on the game, but the game didn't have alien invaders and all that stuff in it. But it's pretty good. Watching a battleship go into a power slide and fire guns at an alien and thing. It was pretty interesting. And then I do have some of my masks. I don't know if you can see the shirt. Godzilla shirt. There's all these little Godzillas amongst all the fronds and things.
Very cool Aloha shirt.
So I've got the Gator style mask. Oh, there it is. With Godzilla. And you've got, Mothra, and who else is on? The Ghidra's on there. There's a little Megalon. I don't know if you can see Megalon down there. And then we've got more Ghidra. I thought I thought we had some Jet Jaguar action. Yeah, there he is. Up towards the top. So yeah, it just goes on. Thusly, so you look kind of like a cowboy. And then
Bandit.
Frito Bandito.
There you go.
So there we go. We've got the Godzilla gator mask. Or I call them the goiter masks because it kind of hides your goiter.
Like the George Lucas type of mask you would want to wear. Right?
Oh, man.
Sorry, George.
Yeah.
George might be watching. Watch out.
I guess we lost that endorsement.
Yeah.
I'll throw one more up just because it's cool.
Yikes.
There you go.
It's another goiter mask.
See, that's why you don't, break confinement or
Yeah.
quarantine. We got quarantine rules for a reason.
It's a huge squid with 2 testicles.
Containment. So there you go. So I got some more masks. I think we all have more masks to show off. But Larry, what are you watching?
Masks. I have to apologize. I thought we were boxers is what I got in the email. So I'm.
Luckily, we only see you from like the chest up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like you guys. There's nothing new in production because everything's shut down due to COVID. So any of the shows that I used to watch, Flash and Supergirl, Walking Dead.
Well, I think most of the CW ones finished up except for Supernatural and actually, have you guys been watching Batwoman?
I watched some episodes, but they recast it.
Well, yeah, for next season. But this season actually ended one episode early. They never finished the last episode. And they're not going to finish it either. Because, spoiler alert, they have a guy who they were going to give a new face to. And so Alice, the sister of Batwoman, who's the villain of the series, she gives him the face of Bruce Wayne.
Oh.
And that was like the end of that episode. And there was supposed to be one after it, but they figured, well, we can't shoot the one after it, and that's a good way to end the season. So, so there you have it.
Hey, I watched a couple of it. I just it didn't tag me. I don't know. We'll see. I'll give this new Batwoman a viewing and see how the series goes. Yeah. Who knows? Like Karen had said, Umbrella Academy 2. Man, they really developed a lot of the characters. They did travel back in time. Not going to spoil anything because it is out there, and I know there's a lot of you guys out there haven't watched it or will start watching it. Bob and the crew being lieutenant and the ensigns being some of them.
I don't know if they're going to watch it, but I will definitely watch it at some point, probably soon.
As exciting as the first season, I thought. Karen, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think it probably was. And by this point, you already know the characters, so it was interesting to see kind of where they went. And each of them got a little something to do. So that was fun. And plus, with the time period, they kind of set it in. There was a lot of, political, social things going on. So that also kind of spiced it up.
I thought it developed some of the characters more than others, but I understand that there's going to be a third season, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I'll watch the second before the third comes out.
Get on it.
So let's do this.
You got some time, Chief. Jasmine watches like murder mysteries and stuff, the true life mysteries, mostly Dateline, but there's this other channel that shows, so I got to share time with Lieutenant Jasmine. So we watched some of those. Yeah. So I told my family, look, if anything ever happens to me, she did it. And watch, Dateline, and you'll figure out all the clues.
It's always the spouse,
Yeah. In those documentaries, they say it doesn't matter how good or mean the spouse is, if they're estranged or not. They always suspect the spouse. Sometimes rightly so, sometimes not. But
That's because none of us have butlers.
I was watching, I'll just go through like Shudder, Netflix. What else do we have? We have Amazon. I watched some documentaries that look kind of interesting. There was a documentary on Amazon about the Flash Gordon movie. And, they talked about it was a Dino De Laurentiis production and how, difficult it was to work with Dino. And I never knew this. I've only seen the movie once. Well, now twice after I saw the documentary, I rewatched it. The lead actor got into a huge disagreement with Dino De Laurentiis. And when they went to go and everyone dubbed their lines, it's a different actor doing the voice of Flash. It's not Sam
J. Jones? Wasn't that his name?
Yeah, but that's
Sam
not
Jones,
his voice.
Really?
I know, right?
That's so weird.
Well, it's like, like I said, we were binging through the Bond movies, and a lot of the Bond girls, not just Ursula Andress, but a lot of them were dubbed by like one woman. She they loved her voice, and she dubbed a lot of the Bond women. So it's not like Gert Frobe, who played Goldfinger, could not speak English. He did all his lines phonetically, and they dubbed him. So, it happens.
Expect you to die.
It happens.
No, Mr. Bond.
You did not cry at my monkey.
Shudder has a documentary. What was it called? Search of Darkness. And it's about 80s horror movies. And, obviously they can't cover them all, but it's a 3-hour documentary. So either you're going to binge it over a weekend or a couple nights at a time. And that was actually a lot of fun. There was another documentary on Netflix about Dino De Laurentiis. I know. I was bored. But that was interesting too. I didn't realize, or I had forgotten, one of my favorite movies, The Phantom of Paradise, was a Brian De Palma film.
Yeah.
So
the special was on Brian De Palma and not Dino De Laurentiis?
Did Dino produce it?
I'd have to go and look.
Somehow you went from De Laurentiis to De Palma, and
Dino De Laurentiis was on my mind from the Flash movie.
Oh, okay.
And Dino De Laurentiis to me is a phonetically beautiful name like Brian De Palma, as opposed to Steven Spielberg. That just doesn't work for me. But welcome to the mind of Larry.
Because you were saying the documentary was on De Laurentiis, so.
De Laurentiis.
No, it's Brian De Palma.
All right. Now we got it straight.
Sit there
and Brian De Palma.
We're doing a scary movie, and it's about the Phantom of the Opera, and they want to put Andy Williams in the film. And I'm like, what the frick are you guys trying to do to me? I know he's a singer, and I know he's...
He was very popular. Wait, Paul Williams.
Williams, sorry.
You're talking about the little guy, not the...
The little guy. The guy that did the voice of Robin Hood for Disney.
When he was in Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Right, not Robin Williams. Sorry, that was Mork and Mindy.
We're making a lot of connections here. It's terrifying.
You don't want to know what Larry has in the...
What is he drinking, and what's his special juice? Yet another mask.
And then my... that's a nice one.
It's my superhero mask.
I had the yellow Planet 8 on. Now I got the black Planet 8.
I am woefully behind in my mask wearing, so
mask it up.
Give a plug for my cousin Debbie out in Reno.
Not to be confused with Lieutenant
Debbie on Facebook. Again, Tag It Designs. We'll list all that stuff on the description, but
the video
on the something.
What do you got? Iron Man?
Yes.
Looks like Iron Man meets the Tiki Room or something.
Well, so over at most of the masks have the thing over the ears. I prefer the doctor scrubs. So you get the little, and this was from Trader Vic's.
Really?
So it has a nice little tapa.
I got the Planet 8 alien going.
Oh yeah. That's cool. And then
all these available on our TeePublic page.
My friend and yours, for my birthday, Karen got me this very cool monster mask.
It's an exploding mask.
Yes. Friend good.
Dueling masks. Karen, you're falling behind. What do you got?
Well, this is probably the one I get the most comments on. This is the Baby Yoda mask.
Oh, there you go.
People trip out.
Is that like a two-sided? I saw a Baby Yoda one that was like two-sided. I think it had the.
It is two-sided. So if you turn it inside out.
Yeah, that's it.
A bunch of Mandalorians.
And yes, Lieutenant Jasmine insisted I pick one of those up for her.
Yep.
Bob's got the Planet 8 ape. Say that 3 times fast.
That was all the Planet 8 masks, but...
Here's another one from Debbie.
Ooh, more Iron Man.
More Iron Man.
Cousin Debbie.
Very nice.
Now, what's cool is Debbie also does these little wraparound things for your shopping cart. So you go, it's Velcro. And, when you go shopping, you put that around your cart, and it's just one less thing you have to worry about, sanitizing your hands over.
So here's I'm double dipping. Here's the Bay Area Film Events mask. I can.
So they made those masks now so you can actually see the insignia. I remember the first time out, they were kind of folded over.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. There.
I know. I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, little closer, Chief, little closer.
Yeah. No. They you can actually choose between the like accordion type masks and the flat ones.
Yeah.
So you have to choose the flat ones to get. Otherwise, the logo gets all squished and segregated or segmented.
Not so good in that case.
I like the accordion ones just because I have such a big face, big mouth, as my wife would say. No, just kidding. She doesn't say stuff like that.
Well, I hate to admit it, but I wound up having to get the kid size on masks because otherwise they pouch out too much on me. So
no shame to that game, my friend. Whatever works and keeps you safe.
And of course, there is Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
That's nice.
So, okay.
So, anything else you guys wanted to talk? We're kind of coming up on our
end here.
On our ending, and since we shared our masks, there's no real censor sweep.
That was the censor sweep.
Yeah, basically.
Go to tpublic.com/user/Planet8 and you can get all those cool Planet 8 masks.
Well, I think we're all just missing the community camaraderie of being able to all hang out together and go to conventions and do all that fun stuff. I know there's stuff online and we did talk about it before we jumped on here, but
yeah, a lot of conventions are online, and I'm just really, really hoping that they don't get into the habit of that, because I would hate for that just to be the norm from now on. Because I like going out to Monsterpalooza or some of these other ones.
Yeah,
and I like putting on shows. We've had 3 of our shows canceled this year. This is the only year we have not put on a show for Bay Area Film Events, so.
Yeah.
We're hoping to come back big next year and do a bunch, but who
Let's
knows?
hope, we get this thing under control and everybody can start hanging out again. I mean, it's just it's a combination of, can we get some vaccines and then everybody just kind of get their behavior under control, and I'm sure we can all start hanging out again.
People keep wearing masks and stay away from the damn parties and crowded beaches and whatever. And
I know.
hopefully we lick this thing.
I know. I mean, and the sad thing is, I mean, the larger folks, obviously San Diego Comic-Con did like a 4-5 day event. DC's Fandom was great. A lot of good panels. Galaxy Con is one that has like a lot of really cool guests. I was telling Karen and Bob they're going to have William Shatner and Henry Winkler coming up on a show.
There's a combination for you.
These smaller shows, I mean, God love Lord Bloodrot, trying to do the Creatures Con online.
Well, that was another one we were involved with. That
right, that we would,
Right.
the Silicon Valley, Adam Savage is part of that now, and they're trying to figure out, what's what. Bob's right. It's just not the same. It's cool. It's a diversion. I mean, I watch them. I attend these things, but
I'm speaking as someone who did a panel at the Kaiju Conline. Yeah, it still isn't the same though. I mean, even doing the panel on there, it's like, you'd rather be sitting in a hotel ballroom talking to a bunch of people and interacting, and I mean, we're kind of used to doing this, but the interaction's the cool thing.
Well, and you think about like how many times are your fond memories from a convention, not like an organized event at the convention, but just like running into somebody in a hallway and maybe going out to get something to eat or something like that. It's not even necessarily a panel or something. It's just some crazy thing you did with somebody because you met up and just decided, hey, let's go do this or let's go do that.
I mean, a fond memory I don't think is going to be like, I was sitting on my couch and this image came up on the screen. It was great. I'll never forget it.
Those were some of the best frozen Tostitos I ever had.
We're doing what we can right now, and I think everybody's trying to find ways to connect with other people, which is good. But I sure hope that, next year at this time, we're able to go out and actually be together and not stuck just, staring at each other through Zoom or whatnot.
So that's also kind of why, as Bay Area Film Events, we haven't done online stuff. Because the whole reason of starting Bay Area Film Events was to get people off their couches, out of their houses, and into the theaters to see movies with like-minded people and guests and whatever. And it's just not going to work, online. It defeats the purpose. You're like reinforcing people staying home at that point.
Well, yeah, it's a tough situation to be in. Hopefully, like they were saying, I was reading something online. The New Mutants film is finally coming out. It's going to come out Friday, and they don't expect a lot of reviews because the reviewers don't want to risk themselves going to theaters to watch a film. Same with that Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Well, heck, and look, Mulan's going to Disney.
Here's a quick question before we run out of time.
Sure.
Disney Plus. They've got that Mulan movie now. The live action Mulan, but you got to pay $30 for it.
Right.
Yeah.
In addition to the money you pay for the subscription, would you guys, I mean, forget Mulan. I mean, if there was a movie that came out that you really wanted to see, would you want to pay that to see it at home?
I was thinking if they do that with Black Widow, am I going to pay $30? And I'm talking as a person who's probably going to be watching by myself. I don't have kids, so maybe there'll be one other person. But that's a big price, and especially if you already have Disney Plus. Mentally, I'm kind of thinking, aren't I already paying for Disney Plus? And then they want to charge me $30 for the movie.
Well, I mean, Disney Plus, they lost a bunch of people after Mandalorian ended.
Sure.
and they're waiting for something new. And here something new comes up, and you got to pay $30 for it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I know like Mulan was an extremely expensive movie for them to make. So I know they want to recoup, and everybody's thinking, can we recoup? Is this the price point? Is it 20? Is it 30? Whatever.
that's the thing. What is the price point for something like that?
So I don't know. By like November, am I going to be so crazy for some new content that I'll pay $30? I might do it for like Black Widow, but I don't know that there's other movies. Like I'm not going to pay that for like New Mutants, or if they decide to put it on
right.
a service.
Well, I think Karen made a good point. Mulan, no. New Mutants, probably not. Black Widow, maybe. Bob, Godzilla versus King Kong, $30. Yay or nay?
Well, you hit a soft spot, but I mean, it's like, I'm hoping it comes out in theaters, because Keith and I are supposed to go down for the press screening and the premiere and everything like we did with Godzilla King of the Monsters. It's not going to be the same if it's like
watch it online. They'll do a virtual premiere.
Yeah, but you're not at the red carpet. You're not meeting the stars. You're not mingling with the director. You're not, The only reason we had Michael Dougherty at the last Godzilla Fest is because of the press screening and the premiere.
Right.
And meeting him through that and inviting him up. And that was the only fan event that he went to. It was our show was it. He did a thing at Monster Palooza, but they didn't show a movie or whatever. And that was like long before the movie came out. But, it was pretty much one and done. So we were hoping to do the same thing with Adam Wingard, but I don't know. Are they going to want to have a premiere?
$30. Right. Would $30 be something that everyone has something that they like or dislike? Apparently we're not all Mulan fans.
Well, the hard thing for me though is like, if I'm going to pay $30, if I'm even going to pay like $20 for something, I want something. I want a disc. I want, actual media. I don't want to just like, it's on my stream and it's going to disappear there one day. So.
Yeah, that's right. Bob is a physical, no online dating for Bob. He saw Lieutenant Debbie, and that was...
We worked together. No online stuff.
That's right.
We met the natural way.
I'm going to get in trouble. Lieutenant Jasmine watches these, but I'd drop $30 for King Kong versus Godzilla and Black Widow. I mean, if that was going to be the only way to watch them, and then I know you two mooks would come over. Well, not so easily.
That's a lot of gas money for me.
Yeah. You drop $30 on King Kong versus Godzilla, you get invited to all these shelter-in-place barbecues.
That's true. We suddenly have a lot of friends.
Let's hope. Like we were saying, wear your masks. Go to the webpage, get all the masks for your family and your friends. There you go.
Put on several. Yeah. Protect yourself as much as possible.
Their masks and their elbow and knee guards. Hey.
That's it. I'm ready to go out. Here we go.
Well, it can't get any better than that.
Well, you could throw a mask on Ultraman, Bob.
That's true. I don't know if it'll fit on his ears.
No, that's true. Close enough. No, don't break him.
Not gonna make it. He might be able to wear a goiter mask though.
Him and George Lucas. Oh, I feel bad.
All right, man. So should we wrap this thing up?
I think so.
All right.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to be doing more of this stuff. And again, avail yourself of all the links for the masks. And let us know, what are you guys watching while you're sheltering in place? Maybe there's something we missed, and you can tune us into it.
I'm watching my neighbor through some binoculars.
Oh, well.
That's for the Planet 8 After Dark episode, Bob. Come on.
That's for the Planet 8 and San Quentin prison.
We're not doing Rear Window tonight? No.
No Rear Window tonight. All right, guys. It's been real. Be safe. Take care. Until next time.